Good morning, everyone. Sorry I was 2 minutes late. I apologize. There was definitely a wreck that I was not prepared for. I don't guess you're ever prepared for a wreck. That would be silly. Anyway, I made it. A couple minutes late, but we're here. I had my camera was locked up when I got home too. So that was no good. Oh my goodness, and I'm broadcasting in 4K. Let me see if I can fix that. I'm gonna have to stop streaming and restart. Give me just a. All right, now I'm back. So that was interesting. Hope you gentlemen are having a great start to your Friday. I myself am having a little bit of a hectic one. Good morning, Ed. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Sever7. Good morning, Robin. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully everything's working and I'm in 1080p at the moment instead of 4K. Let's see here. So yesterday in the mail I got this, which is a Kaiser that is not normally it's not my style, period. But I got it because a lot of people recommended it, and it's just an all-around good collectible Kaiser. One of the issues I've got with it, of course, y'all know, is the blade shape and the recurve. But I am glad I got this knife for a couple of reasons. I will explain those momentarily. Let me get my headset connected. If I can try to get that done. I had to reboot my computer, which means everything launched that I normally close. So I'm having to fix that too, like the phone link and all kinds of stuff. Let me see if the headset at least will work. All right, I think I clicked the wrong one, so let's try the other one. I apologize for my lack of professionalism this morning. All right, now we got audio. So, and then I carried this in my back pocket last night. I was 2 minutes late, mister. I had this in my back pocket. The reason I'm glad I got the Huntsman is because it gave me the opportunity to see another style of lock engagement. Let me I'm trying to do too many things at once here, so it's kind of hard to talk. Give me just half a second to finish up. All right. I guess 2 minutes late doesn't really count. All right. Got that done. Let me fix one more thing. All right. I got the description fixed. All right. Everything should be good. Good to go. All right. So this knife would be terrible for those of you who like to drop the blade on your finger and you would cut yourself. And I want y'all to tell me if you can see the difference. between this knife and this knife, if you can tell the difference. And this knife and just about any other knife with a, let's see, this knife, can you tell the difference in any kind of mechanism or shape or layout? So, you might not can. Yeah, the pivot position is more centered, but the more important thing is the distance from the pivot to the lock bar access. So most all knives have lock bar access where you access it up here at the top by the blade. And the Huntsman has it midway down. It's way down here. So the difference that makes, if you know anything about a lever and the fulcrum down here at the bottom, the further you get away from the fulcrum, the easier it is to push. So normally on most knives you would be pushing it up here, but the lock bar access on this one is way down here. And maybe you can use both of them. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can use both of them, but where it feels more comfortable is right here. And when you do that, it gives it a different feel than most knives. It's like a smoother feel. You can still access the lock bar up here. So I guess if you dropped it on your finger, you could do it like that. It's a little awkward. But if you tried to drop it on your finger down here, the blade is definitely going to hit you. But the bolts, I don't know. And like I said, you can get to the, and it is even, I guess it is even made to hit up there, but it feels more, it's got a little place where it's milled out for you to catch it right there, but that's way up there, and the blade will hit you, like you'll get in there, I don't know. It doesn't feel as natural as doing it right here. And when you do it down here, it feels softer. Pretty cool. I don't like the blade shape. I do like the fact that I got it from Wayne Sharp World for 80 bucks. Anytime, again, I can get a nice Kaiser for 80 bucks. I'm down. That seems to be the going rate here recently. But it does feel, and this knife being so big, when it's in your palm, your thumb kind of wants to go to the middle anyway. At least mine does. I mean, it's a lot easier than going up here, but they both work. It's whatever. It's however you get used to. DuckTales was the bomb. I agree. But it's just a Kaiser I needed in my collection. So yeah, had that with me. And also, I started out the night with the, this is the box for the Kaiser, but I started out the night with this in the front pocket, which is the Old Guard. Morning, Ed. Darkwing Duck. I like Scrooge McDuck. Of course, y'all know the cartoon that I had to deal with coming up. Actually, Chip and Dale, that's why the bot on Discord is named Dale. Maybe we should call ourselves the Rescue Rangers. I'm totally joking. But Chip and Dale was even a thing when I was born, I believe. This one is super smooth. Somebody else posted that they got one on my short that I showed. and they said it was super smooth. Most all washer knives do have that different feel. It's not that drop shut that a lot of people like. But something else I love about this knife is the, I didn't think I would like this little cutout, but I think it kind of makes it, and to reverse flick off of, it's really good. It's got a good hard edge. Definitely weird blade shape. It did cut nicely, so we'll have to give it that. And the jimping feels great. It's a little big, but feels good. It feels a very good, secure knife. I did do some cutting with it last night. And the front up here, the belly, worked well. But anyway, another Kaiser for the collection. Something y'all are going to have to let me do is make a cup of coffee. I didn't even have time to do that. Like, literally, I got here at like 3 minutes till and had something I had to do when I first got here, and still managed to start the broadcast at 2 minutes after, so I did not have time to make coffee. Why don't y'all all join me in going to the Drop Point, thedroppoint.com, and you can start figuring out for this week which knives you like and want to look at first. I think we will do the folding first this week, since I think we did the fixed last week. So y'all start looking and talking about those, and let me go start some coffee. I'll be right back. All right, coffee is started. Y'all probably didn't even say anything in the chat while I was gone. Wasn't even gone long enough. All right, so the first one, Finch Knife Company, Devil's Finger. Yeah, I believe we saw that one last week. We did. It was a coming soon. The $85 one. They're all boring today. I would say this one is rather boring. The Bulldog Rev B. We've seen it for the last couple of weeks. We won't go over it. The Shift V3 Voltage. Okay, that's a new one we haven't seen. Limited edition. Warncliffe is the only one left. Or no, it's sold out too. Guess they're all sold out. Looks like. Well, that one was available. The Castellan, sorry. That looks a lot like another knife. That one's got a giant flipper tab. Yeah, I don't know what that one reminds me of. There's some other knife that it. Whoops, I didn't mean to go away. $2.99. That seems to be the going price. Yeah, I'm not. Looks too much like a fish. In the shape and everything. By the way, good morning, Mister nailed it. A little fishy. Uh, Morning, Cliff. I don't know if I. Good morning, Keep It Scale Stupid, and Robin, and Cliff, and Mister, and whoever. But the shape of it, even down here at the end, it looks too much like a fish. All right. We saw that one last week too. I thought Pete would like it more than he did. I like the that clamshell construction that I was talking about on that one. I forgot to show that with this TS 270 that I got. But it's one of the first, it's the Tucson that has that clamshell, which is pretty cool. Takes a little more material. And I kind of like the looks of it without a backspacer. But that one is built like that too. I knew there was something I forgot to show on that one. Clamshell. I'm not sure if all Pro-Techs are like that, but a lot of them are, and a lot of Kershaws are made that way. They're launch knives, but something I do like that this one has. Something else I like is the sound that this Huntsman makes. It's got a very good thwack. And it's dropped shut. Yeah, it's got that good thwack. And the action on this is just like you would assume that Kaiser would have. If y'all don't mind smashing that like button while I got your attention, that would be awesome. Go back and see what else we got new here. F3, we've seen that. The Unto. Micro Camo White Tip, another $1,200 Gavco. This week's build. That one's got a heck of a blade window. And it looks like a Gavco. Looks kind of small. A lot of his are that size. Oh, yes, it finally comes out. November 2nd. I want to get one of those. We've looked at those a couple of times. It's the one right here. Pre-order November 2nd. So they got a tab finally. Or a button. Yep, I think I'm going to have to check one of those out. For sure. And then today, a silver creature. That's cool. Silver screen creature. Why is the blade not silver? I don't know. That one looks okay. I love that knife. Pretty pricey though. I think everybody is a little behind on the actual live because your comments are stuff I said a few minutes ago. What is a Dixon's web? Ah, it's a web pattern. No, honeycomb milled. Guess it's going to be for all you guys with elbow tattoos with spider webs on them. There's a good picture of it. I kind of like the pattern. Let me grab my coffee. Be right back. Hold on. All right, got my coffee. I couldn't make it through the broadcast without a little coffee. My voice would be shot. No, mister. The live red light should be right. Must not have been you then. Oh, yours was red and lagged? I didn't know. Yeah, TC, I guess that's the new pattern for the month. The web pattern. Transient 3.2 V3s again. For $1,200 with G10. There's one of those knives me and Sever were talking about when he was up on stream, a G10, $1,200 knife. Like, I don't know, is it worth it? At least it's not D2 blade steel, and it is Magna Cut, but I guess if it takes him that much time and you're paying him for his labor, it's worth it, but I don't think I'll be grabbing one. Oh, yesterday, the OBJ1s, number 9 was released. Dang it. Is that what it says? No, it says 650 OBJ2. Where's the OBJ2? That was the OBJ1. I don't even see the OBJ2. Mid-Tech folders. Aha, here's the OBJ2. Come on, show us some pictures. All right. Oh, why does it have the sections on it? What is going on with the connection here? Terrible connection. What is going on here? My internet messing up? Doesn't show any dropped frames. Got to be on their end. Let's see if something else loads right up. Yep. It's definitely their website. Mine loads right up. What is this one? It popped up long enough to see that it wasn't the same milling pattern. And it looked like it had 3 sections. I don't know what's up with their website. We'll come back to it. Let's see. Urban Jib, we saw that. Nimble XT, the Crow, the Reaper Gen, Truffles. Alright, we've seen all those. Let's go up here to fixed blades. Nomad for 140. Seems like a very fair price. Nitro V. This website is still being crazy. They're probably getting DDoSed or something. So the same knife, Magna Cut, is $250 instead of $140. Heck of a yeah, Magna Cut, you know, it's a fad still. It's one of the newer ones that everybody seems to be using. The Yellow Jacket for $190. That's a good price too. These two last ones being decently priced reminds me of an article I ran across on Reddit where somebody was talking about the fact that China is doing such a good job now that American places are getting kind of scared, and so people like some of those companies are making inexpensive knives now, including like Vero. Let me see if I can find this post. Maybe it wasn't in Chinese knives. Maybe it was in budget blades or something. Yeah, I don't think it was in I don't think it was in this subreddit. Let me see if it was in budget blades. No. Doesn't look like it was. Maybe it was in knife deals. I don't know. I saw an article where people were talking about the fact that companies like Vero were making $100 knives now to try to compete. Let me see if I can not seeing that. Comments. Huh. Not sure where I saw that. I'll run across it later. Alright, back to where we were. But anyway, these inexpensive knives made me think that they're maybe trying to drop the price of US made knives because of how cheap and good a job China has been doing as of late. Competition is good for everyone. Bring the price down for us end users. This website will still not load up correctly. There it goes. Alright, so at least this one does have some milling around the edges. But it's like a skelly without the skelly cut out. I definitely like the OBJ1 better. Let's copy this page over to another window. Then we'll go back on this one and look at the OBJ1. Compared. So I like the drop point blade on it. But I'm really a fan of the OBJ1. Kind of like the big pivot on the OBJ2. If Y'all are talking about blade steels? Yeah, Magna Cut to me is probably just as good as a lot of the other newer steels that I do like M390. I say newer, I don't mean newer. Totally take that adjective out of that last sentence. It's probably the same, just as good as a lot of the steels that I do prefer. I like S90V, I like S35VN, I like VanX, I like LMAX, and I really like M390. I like I don't like M4. I do like 3V. I do like 15V. I've not had a Crew Carta knife, but I do have a Crewware Spyderco that I like. Yep, I definitely like the shape of the one better. Alright, but that's cool. At least they're coming out with new ones. Bald Man, the Basque Voodoo Resin Blood Glow. So we got blood and glowing all in the same knife. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like the blue instead of the green. And it looks like the glow is in the black, which is weird. I would have thought it would have been in the red. Uh, yeah, you could. I guess you could do it either way, Mister. The that OBJ, they did have the weight reduction milling on the outside. Kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of what they did, huh? Put the weight reduction pockets on the outside. Migron would be great at that. I guess weight reduction is weight reduction. That does add some more grip, though, on the outside. Pretty cool. Nitro V is another steel that I don't particularly like, but it's probably good. One of those things where my preferences don't match, don't make sense. It's just a preference. Probably great steel, especially for those type knives. Little small fixed blades. Just not my favorite. I don't know. We all get liking what we like, and we have no real reason behind it sometimes. Hunter. Let's see, how big is this knife? 7.9 with a 3.5-inch blade. And we get a cut-off picture. Aha. There's a full picture. That's a pretty cool looking knife. Yeah, I like 14C 28N too when it's properly heat treated, which it's pretty easy to get right. But I have no problem with 14C. I would prefer, especially if it's real Sandvik, which it should be if it's calling itself that. That's a pretty cool looking knife though. Sure, it would fit my hands great. Kind of like the price on it too. But I bet it's Magna Cut. Yep, Magna Cut. I mean, I don't mind Magna Cut, but I think it's getting overused a little bit here recently. Could be because people like, because of what happened with, Crucible and Niagara Metals. They might have a oversupply of it or something. Tactical Pterodactyl? That's the name of the brand of knives? Anybody heard of that brand? That's pretty wild sounding. How are you going to name your whole company Tactical Pterodactyl? I like the knife. Knife looks pretty sweet. The raptor up there at the top. M4 full-size raptor. That's a P. Tactical Pterodactyl. Pretty wild. I don't think I've heard it before. I think I would remember. Not my favorite blade shape, but there are lots of people. I mean, I like the looks of that knife. How big is it? 8 inches overall, 3.5 inch blade. Pretty cool looking knife. Full size raptor, and then they have. Oh, they have cool little patches with the. See, there's the drop point. The camper. Where's the camper? They don't have any left. All I see is that blade shape. Those little patches are cool though. Yeah, I like those patches. I like their logo too. All right then. I see you, TPK. Night Watch Knives Customs. I'm gonna follow them. I like those mainly because they've got my blade style that I prefer. But they all four look really nicely made. That's pretty awesome looking. Let's see. Go to their site, see if they, nightwatchknives.com. 2017. Kansas City, Kansas. War Wash. Freehand grinds. Blasted G10. Tapered tangs. Carl thumb jimping. All right then. He broke down. What is the shift briefing? Oh, it's a weekly newsletter. Huh. Yeah, a lot of guys are using Nitro V on these if they don't use Magna Cut. Yeah, that brass did look good on those. P37. I think we've looked at Night Watch Knives site before. I don't know why I wasn't already following him. Buckeye Burl Hunter. That's a pretty one. Oh, that reminds me. Those handles remind me of something I saw last night that some of y'all probably have seen. But that was the new elephant skin handles that Knives put on a knife. If y'all haven't seen that, whoops, there was the video right there. This company, hold on, let me get some volume for y'all. This company sent him some scales for a TRM and a lander.
Neutron 2.
And they are
elephant leather scales. And like I said, I have two different versions. Not only the pattern and the skin itself is very different, but also the colors and obviously the knife miles. Now, this company, I will, it's Designer Grips and Scales is the company.
Designer's Grips and Scales. He said these were their first two, but hopefully they would start making some more. All right. So they made one for the Lander 2, I think. So we got Lander 1, Lander 2, and the Neutron in different colors and patterns. So he said that this pattern, well, let me see. The ones on the right, let's see. So they made the knives thicker. The red pattern felt more like rubber, I think. He said they smell like a zoo.
And that's what it smells like. So I'm guessing the smell you smell when you walk into a zoo, because this is identical. Now, I don't mind that at all. It's not like I can smell it at a distance. It's only if I put it up to my face, which I'm sure that might eventually go away over time. But let's take a closer look at these and install them and see how they actually work as scales. Because,
but anyway, he installs them and he has an issue with getting the clip on, so he has to cut out a little extra. You can see right there, he's making a mark. They don't fit, so he's got to cut out some of that leather.
Okay, well, finally got this one. I did have to cut back the spot for
pretty cool looking though.
Might not have these on. Take best case scenario when changing scales on any knife. They're super easy, much easier than most knives if you're going to change scales. So starting with the Lander 2, beautiful pattern on, you know, from the elephant skin. Now these are not like full grain. I did read.
But anyway, he said they added some width to it. They added a little bit of width where the thumb stud isn't as close.
There's a difference in the access I have to the crossbar lock. It's still easy to get. They still do protrude ever so slightly. And then the thumb studs are a little bit closer because it's a little thicker this direction and this direction. I'll tell you what, though, super comfortable. This is very, very comfortable. I do really, really like these. This, no matter but I believe it's G10. So I'm having one other issue. I just realized with this one, I cannot get it all the way tight. It shifts. I do have it, and it wasn't like that before with the micarta scales. It was solid, but I have cranked these down as tight as you possibly can make them. If I go any further, I will strip them out, so I'm not going to, and it still has a significant amount of side to side. You can actually see it. So, you know, again, so that they can see where they need to mitigate that or to no problem, because it's control over it. Now with this one, I have one issue, well, two issues, I guess. The one issue you've seen in the thing where I had to inset the clip, and you can see where I had to cut it a little bit large because it just would not set in. Probably manipulate this a little bit so it still looks good by pressing those fibers in and whatnot. But not that big of a deal to me, but that is something that, you know, hopefully, you know, from the factory
Anyway,
we can start cutting that out.
he gives them some suggestions on how to improve them. Yeah, his thumb does look pretty nasty. But seeing those ones, seeing these handles kind of reminded me of that for a minute because of the weird texture. That's where my mind went. This one looks like a brain. Like, I don't know what's going on with that burl wood. The whole blade being integral is pretty cool, though. Having that pattern go all the way to the very end, pretty awesome. All right, and let's see. Nate Carper Custom. Huh. There's a 600 layered ladder pattern hunter. 600 layers, huh? Guess you got to keep up with how many times you fold it. What are we looking at, Pete? The bison? Oh yeah, that's probably a very comfortable knife. Wow, the geometry on it. Yeah, it'd be probably a good food prep knife too. You could probably get it. Yeah, you could get your hand down flush with the blade. Well, I bet that feels different. Bet you feel really locked in. 7 1/4 inches overall. 3 1/4 inch blade. Midnight Knives. Yeah, that one has that same little feel to it, huh? Yep, you've definitely got a style, Pete. Because those two look a lot alike. I bet you like the blade better on this one than on this one. I think I might too. I think I don't like when they have this little harpoon thing. It feels like this is the opposite direction for me. I don't like when they step down in the front there. It's kind of weird. Like a reverse harpoon or. So I'm pretty sure you probably like this blade better. That large fixed blade is pretty nice. I bet that would be a super useful knife. Thank you, Pete. Thanks for sharing those. What's the price on them? 3 1/4. And let's see which one. Is it called the Bison? Oh, there it is. 250. 250 and 3 1/4. Kind of blade steel. 52 100 or W2 and Magna Cut. That's cool. Thanks for sharing, Pete. All right. So this is the other one. He really does this thing with layers, huh? 900. Montana Knife Company. You got the freeze out. $275. Appliance Edge Knives. Henchman Spooky. Henchman Reap What You Sow. 7.55. Yeah, they would have had to have when they cut billets. They could cut it into 5 pieces with, like, you know, they could get it that way. Just depends on how many pieces they used. To build the billet stacks. But yeah, that is a weird number. DC, I agree with you. He didn't just keep folding the same one over and over. He cut it into pieces and stacked it, and that's how he got that weird number. He didn't have to double it over each time because you can cut it into 4 or 5 pieces and stack those. But yeah, I get you. Morning, John. All right, today, Cooper Cutlery, $59 Barlow. Is it really 59 bucks? Is that what it said? Yeah, $59. Huh. New York Knife Company. Made in China. Huh. Yeah, I don't think a $59 knife out of New York is built in New York. What do y'all think? I mean, maybe it is. Who knows? Gagan Customs? Gahagan? 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 Gambit? Our buddy Cal would love that one. The Bodyguard 2.0. Give him a follow and see if he's got a website. He does. Right there. The Infiltrator, Sentinel, and the Nemesis. He's doing this TKL kind of thing, huh? Got a TKL feel to it. Well, those are pretty cool looking. The patterning, feather shape on it. The Bird Dog, Bird and Trout. Yeah, that's a pretty cool looking little knife. I can dig it. Yeah, it reminds me of GeoCities and Angel Fire and Alta Vista. Pete. Looks like old GeoCities website. So funny that people still have that. There's people that still have websites that look like that. Snakebit Knives, Sucker Puncher. Where are we at? Oh, this is a ugly this is a crazy website. Stuff's going all over the place. What in the world? Well, they don't have much in their store. Huh. Yeah, what about Swish? You remember Swish, Pete? Swish was a way to do shockwave stuff easily. I used to do a lot of websites for people. Swish was pretty cool when it first came out. It was like scripting for shockwave. Well, we got TCal. Just talked to them about them, so talked them up. Huh. Agent 001 Zombie. Micro drop today. Yep. I can dig it. All right, tomorrow, half-face blades to 86. 86. Well, can't really see it too good, but so Realtree and them put out a recurve. Good morning, Fred. How are you, sir? So the 86 comes out tomorrow. Looks like that Agent 001 comes out tomorrow. Or it says today, but it also says Agent 004 tomorrow. Aha. I like that silver color, whatever that is. I wonder what that's made out of. Well, let's see it. Grenade texture. Yeah, I like that color though. Oh, you're down in Florida, huh? That's a good place to get away. Very strange mix of people down there, though. Let's see. Burton Design, Wolves of War. Four blades, four personalities, one pack. All blades. Huh. Burton Design Knives. We'll give him a follow, too. Going to Japan. That's pretty awesome. All right. Well, done with the drop point for today. I don't think I have anything showing up today. And I don't know why it feels weird. It feels better to... Man. Some of these Kaiser knives just have perfect action. Make a great sound. Drop perfectly. This is one of those. I don't like carbon fiber. The clip worked good. Like I said, it did cut better than I thought it would. It's one of those perfect perfect action knives. it needs to find its home in it's in the Kaiser box, I guess. Let me grab that, slide it over here. I almost bought a Raffir Noble Gemini last night. Also, almost bought a couple of more knives, but I kind of lowballed them, so I didn't expect them to say yes. So I guess I really didn't want them. Oh yeah, I've got a Gemini. I just like my Laconico stuff. So, you know, it is pretty small though. I'm hearing a beeping. Huh. Yeah, the Gemini is a small little knife. Let's see if I can find mine. So you got a couple that are small. The Shoal, the Ning Ma Shoal is a little one. And the Gemini is another one. There's the Gemini, but it's even bigger than the Ning Ma Shoal. Those look a lot alike. I just like the sleek look of a lot of these knives, and a lot of them look the same. Same-ish, but then you get to one like this that's way different. And this is another one that is small, the Tien. It's between the Gemini I mean, you know, you got to just understand that the Gemini is a 3-finger knife. It's one of those 3.5. It's just a smaller knife, you know. If you only like bigger 4-finger knives, this is the Laconico to be determined. This turned into the Intrepid, except the Intrepid came with instead of a hollow hand satin blade, it comes with a stonewash blade. This is a prototype I got, Laconico, before they named it. This one's super comfortable. And I left a flipper tab on it because it's a prototype and because it's really the only way to open it, but I should put thumb studs on it. And this isn't even a Laconico. This is the Eliminator. This is Michael. I'll let you. Vagnino. Michael Vagnino. But, man, I just love my Kaisers. We'll put these back in order with smaller ones over here. Then I got to find a home for the Huntsman. Big old Kaiser. The Huntsman's pretty big too. Those are pretty close to the same. Thought it might be bigger. GPB 1. World's biggest pivot. World's biggest pivot and the world's biggest Phillips head. I got two of these now, and I need to. I got one to do a do some modding to. So I need to figure out which one of these I want to keep and which one I want to mod. Can you repair scuffs on a dark stonewash by tumbling, or would it just lighten the whole thing? You can retumble it and add more scuffs. It would, depending on how long you left it in there and how vigorous it was shaking, would depend on how many more marks it put on it. But you can also sand it off, re-acid wash it, and then re-stone wash it. I have done that quite a few times when I wasn't happy with how the stone wash looked. This is another super comfortable knife. This one's kind of shaped like that one we were talking about earlier with the blade lower than the finger. This is a great little knife. Ton of people hate crossbar lock knives, but Kaiser does them right. This clutch lock is good. Super smooth. And I love this little bulldog. So smooth. I don't know what it is about their clutch locks. I don't know what's up with this lamp behind me either, but it keeps blinking. I think I got an LED bulb about to give out. I got to put this one up too. I forgot I bought this other Evil Eyes. Knife. All right, so this one needs to go in the good case next to the Laconicos. This one needs to go in the Tucson case. And these two need to go in the clone case. So I need to bust out 3 more cases over here, put some knives up. Maybe I'll pull a few more out as I'm putting these up. Let's see. Which box can I reach? I can reach my clones one. Morning, Cat Scratch. All right, let's see. Put a couple of these clones up if I have room in here. Gonna have to start pulling some out again. Yeah, I guess I will sell that other one. I'll sell this one and keep the Evil Eyes one. They're quite a bit different, huh? The shape of this is different, more of a harsh angle. Giant Nachos. Yeah, the finger choil actually looks better on this one. Wow, I wish this one was cut out like that one. That's one of those examples of why do they do that? Why did they make this scale stick into the finger choil when they could have done it like this? Yeah, I might have to keep them both now because I don't like how this finger choil hits the scales down here, whereas this one it doesn't. This one it does. You see it goes behind the scales there. I don't know why they choose to do that when they don't have to. Dang it. Now I got to keep both of them. Ouch. Well, that's all right, I guess, because I got that one. That one. And that one. Got to get rid of one of those too. Man, my hands. What does it mean when your palm's itching? Like maybe you're going to get some money? And that one. And that one. Man, my finger is itching. My palm is itching. Something crazy. All right. Guess those all got to go in the... I guess this one's coming out of the case. Little Rockstead. This is it. I like it less than I like these other ones, so... At least I can get all these in order now. I think I'm going to sell this DLC one. Giant nachos. What exactly is a giant nacho? Just a huge plate? A fat boy plate of them? Alright. Got all those put up. Now we need my Tucson box. And my nice knife box. Oh, man. Boy, my hand will not stop itching. I don't know if that's good or bad. Got something else behind me here that's Tucson. Yes, this one needs to go back up. I got two Tucsons I need to put back up. See what we got here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wow. I literally only have 2 slots left in this box with my Tucsons and my 6 leaves. Well, it is officially full now. And there's only 5 6-leafs in here. What is 3, 6, 9, 12, 13? 13 times 4. 52? So I got 47 Tucsons in there. That's a clone I got to do something with. And this is a clone I got to do something with. But they're both... Oh yeah, now I got to put this one in with my Laconicos. What are y'all getting in this week? What's the newest purchase y'all have made? I'm about caught up on all my deliveries, except for my Kunwu. My Gringo Vertilock is on the way. So are all those new clones from AliExpress. All right. I do have room in here for some more nice knives. Oh, these need to go somewhere too. More clones. Too many knives. Is there such a thing? I say yes. Well, Dirk Pinkerton design again. Oh, you got some OG goat scales? What did you get them for? I got a couple of pairs right here on my 8010s. What style did you get? I think I got the gun stock. One polished, one not. Man, I need to clean off these blades. They are dirty. Raw tie. Yeah, sometimes it takes them a while to bake them. Gus, or whoever, is that his name? The guy that runs the CNC? I can't remember what his name was. When I kept asking him where my scales were because they were taking so long, she was like, somebody's been out of town. Like, it was Gus or somebody. This little thing feels better than I thought it would too. I feel like I would break my pinky would guarantee to be broken at some point using this. If I used it a lot. Anything else coming out this weekend that y'all know about? I want to go see if I can find that article. Why can't I find that? Let me see if I can find that story about Chinese manufacturing versus U.S. manufacturing and how U.S. is trying to keep up or catch up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know where I saw that ad at. Let's see, let me bring up. Go see if I can find it. Alright, so it wasn't in. Maybe it was in maybe it was just in regular knives. But it said something about prices. Let's see. Yes, it wasn't in knives. Could have been though. I'm only 6 hours back. 10 hours. New scale. Custom wood scales. Oh no. First knife. SOG. Yeah, I don't know what subreddit it was in. Anybody else see that post about Vero making $100 knives, etc.? All right, well, it wasn't in knives. Was it in Knife Club? I don't think so. I don't usually see stuff from Knife Club. Some bangers. Yes. Yes, those are some bangers. What are those two in the middle? Are those trains? Are those some other transient? Anybody know what those two in the middle are? I bet they are. They gotta be. Another version of the transient. Just a smaller version. Huh. Yep. Those are some bangers. Made myself a knife drawer for my Kia monitor stand. Alright then. Alright, so it's not in, but it might be. Knife suggestions. Nope. 19 hours ago. Oh, that's a pretty cool collection. Factors with matching pins or matchy pins. Oh yeah, it was around this time 20 hours ago. So I need to go back at least 20 hours. All right. Knife making, knife. It had to be under like knife deals or. Maybe I didn't go back far enough on this. Oh, that's just 4 days ago. Never mind. All right, budget blades. Yeah, I don't know. 13 hours ago. 15 hours ago. That's a pretty one. That's probably the best Civivi knife. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't know where I saw it. I'll figure it out and I'll bring it up tomorrow. Not like we can't just talk more about knives tomorrow. Not like we talk about knives all the time. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this the other day. But it looks like that Beefonder $12 knife does look a lot like that buck. One of those times when Waylon, you got a link for it? There's the peafowl. Somebody was talking about it. I've got a couple of those. I like them. All right, wasn't under there either. I'm going back to Chinese knives just to make sure. Probably was in here. There's a full, is that full, what DLC? Right design, I didn't open good. Huh. Weird knife. And that's a weird one too. That's not step milling. Huh. Unless the blade has step milling or something. No? I don't know what he's talking about. Oh yeah, there's a Lemifshi $420 knife. Why does it say Lemifshi New Forever Steel? Oh, I guess he's selling them on his site. Something. There was a sell fin for sale. I think he's asking $195. A little too much still. Yep, I'm not seeing the post. Oh. Now I remember. I just remembered something else. Oh, that knife's pretty cool. But this guy, some scammer popped in. Y'all check this knife out. I'm gonna let this loop. I'm gonna let this play while I go use the restroom. Y'all give me just a second. Wow, sorry. I thought it would replay, but that knife looks kind of cool. Looks like one that would be on the exclusive folders website. It's got some kind of weird anti-rotation thing. It's got this thing called exclusive anti-rotation structure. And it's supposed to be S110V. When you go look up this brand, it looks like a scam because a Shopify site pops up. Let's see, maybe this one has it. Yeah, there we go. Who is this person? Sharp World? Okay. So it is, that's exclusive folders. So that is exactly what I said. And that was a long time ago, so I don't know why. That was a year ago. They have a Shopify site. Oh yeah, it's in the links of this right here. Dream Tech Limited. But right down here, I don't know what, I can't figure this out completely. The pivot axle anti-rotation system. Pivot cover and a hex shape washer. I don't get it. How did one sell for 200 on Knife Swap? Oh wow, that is a T. What about Kickstarter? Andy Miller? Wow, that really is just a straight up branded clone and everything. Waylon, where does the hex washer go though? Why doesn't it just spin with it? How is it locking in? Like, what is it locking into? Where's the washer? You just put all those together, they would all just keep spinning. They would just be attached and spinning. Oh, it gets trapped in the scale? Okay. Well, what's different than making a D shape in the scale? Nothing. I still don't. I guess it's got these little ridges cut out that hold it in place in the scale. It's not normally shaped, so yeah. You could do that if it locked in the scale, then I get it, but That's just weird. Just put a D shape. New design. This is the same place where we ran across the Lemifshi knife that he sells for 170, and they sell it for 376. The JR 4902 knife, AliExpress. Yeah, this knife right here. Nope. That's not the 9402. 9402. 9402. Yeah. It's the 9402. Dang it. 9402. So this same knife, same exact knife, you can buy it from Lemifshi for 180 or from Dream Tech for 380. Pretty wild. But yeah, I liked this one. Just don't know why it got posted a day ago when it sold a year ago. I don't know why he didn't keep it called Sharp World instead of exclusive folders. It says welcome to Sharp World Shop, but yet it's exclusivefolders.com. Weird. See what they got new in, anything? Nope. Wait, that one might be new. I think I've seen that one. That one's got up too many ripples. That knife looks like it went through a time like one of those when you're watching a TV show and they show like a memory from the past and they put the squiggle lines in the TV. That knife got caught in the middle of one of those. Weird. Y'all don't mind smashing that like button for me, help the algorithm. Y'all haven't yet. Yeah, that one's weird looking. Too many squiggles. Those mercenaries, pretty cool, but they're a little chunky and blocky. That's that maglock one though, isn't it? No, that's the big, thick, chunky one. Pretty cool though. I've got a mercenary integral. Wow. That rainbow one is something else. Chris, that's a rendering of what crystal tie looks like. Pretty funny. All right, guys. Guess if y'all can't think of anything else, oh yeah, Andy said something about Kickstarter. I don't know. There's something new. Is there news about Kickstarter going on? That TAC Ray was the last one we looked at. That flashlight. Let's see, titanium knife. I ordered one of these, but I think it said March when it's going to be fulfilled. Seems like a long time to get this little thing. Where did the volume go? A little maglock knife though. Yeah, that seems a long time to be fulfilled. I hate having to wait 6 months for knives. I think I'm gonna quit. Oh yeah, it is Halloween, huh? I totally forgot that. Wow, I'm really getting old. Should have done some kind of Halloween theme today. Dang it. Missed that opportunity. I didn't have any time when I got home to think about anything like that, so. Anyway, everyone, appreciate you being here. Thank you for sharing your Friday morning with me. Sorry I was a couple minutes late. I placed an order for a ton of plastic tubs to get stuff sorted in this room out here. Hopefully by tomorrow I will be done with my cleaning and rearranging. But hope y'all have a great and safe Halloween night. If you got any kids out doing the trick-or-treat thing, don't get sick from eating too much candy. If you get into your kids' candy. Pete, have a good time with your kids tonight, trick-or-treating. Everybody else, have a great Friday evening. And we will do it again tomorrow. And remember, this weekend we go back to regular time, 8 a.m. So this weekend we're back to standard 8 a.m. all the time. I will make a little post on YouTube and Instagram reminding everybody today. But it's 8 a.m. tomorrow instead of 9. I think yard sales are over with, so. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.